Hey, what is up YouTube? My name is HeyJuicey Player, or you can just call me JP, and as you guys have read in the title, today I'm going to be teaching you guys what it takes to be a YouTuber and how you should start your YouTube channel off. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you guys what it takes, you know, like mentally wise and, you know, just other kind of stuff like that, so be sure to stick around to the end. And so first thing I'm going to just jump into right now is the equipment and the software and stuff that you're going to need in order to be a YouTuber. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to suggest you guys to get is some HD capturing devices or something like that. So the first thing I would highly suggest you guys if you're going to be doing gaming is an Elgato, or if Elgato is something I use right now, or if you don't want an Elgato, I would suggest you guys to get the HD PVR2 or a Roxio Game Capture HD. I've got really good feedback from all of those three capture devices. Those are pretty much the top, you know, in-demand video quality video recording things right now in the market. So I would highly suggest you guys to go get that. So if you're not into so much of the console gaming, I would suggest you guys to get DxTory or Fraps for recording your computer screen or whatever you guys want to record. Or if you're not into the gaming thing at all and you're just a vlogger, if you're into YouTube for, you know, other purposes like pranks or anything, I would highly suggest you guys to start off with the Canon PowerShot 150 IS. It's a really good camera for you guys to start off with, and it's not, you know, all that much up there in a price range. It's really cheap for you guys to start off, you know, for you guys to just, you know, just start off with and see if the YouTube thing is for you. The next thing I would suggest you guys to get is a decent computer. You're gonna need a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM. So if you don't have 4 gigabytes or a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM, things could be really complicated for you guys. So if you're gonna be gaming on a PC, it's gonna be really hard for you guys to do that with less than 4 gigabytes of RAM. The Elgato or almost all of the capturing devices actually require more than 4 gigabytes of RAM. I don't think the HD PVR do. So if you do have a computer that's on the lower end, I would suggest you guys to get the HD PVR2 or maybe even the Roxio Game Capture. I think the Roxio Game Capture actually needs 4 gigabytes of RAM too. But anyways, I'm rambling on. You're gonna need a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM to render your videos in an acceptable time, and you're gonna just need the 4 gigabytes for, you know, pretty much anything. I'm not gonna get into too much detail on what laptop or computer you should get, since there's so many on the market nowadays. Just know, you just do your research and you could find a really great one for a small amount of price. The next thing I'm going to suggest you guys to get is a nice microphone. So some that are really high quality and really in high demand on the market right now is the Blue Snowball, the Blue Yeti, the Audio Technica 2020. Or if you don't want to spend that much money into the microphones and if you're just starting off, I would suggest you guys to use a gaming headset. I started off with a gaming headset. I didn't really have that many problems with it. I did gain a bunch of subscribers from it before I actually got the Blue Yeti, which I'm using now. I would suggest you guys to get the Blue Snowball if you're not willing to pay $100 for it. You know, the Blue Yeti. The Blue Snowball runs for about $50. You can find it somewhere for $50 now on the market. So those are all of those are really high quality microphones. The Audio Technica 2020, the Blue Snowball, and the Blue Yeti. Now into the software, I'm going to suggest you guys to get Sony Vegas for your video editing, or Adobe Premiere if you're not into the Sony thing. Those two programs do cost quite a bit of money, so if you could find some ways to get a cracked or anything like that, it is illegal, but you know, it's worth it. But you know, if you're not willing to spend any money or take the risk of going to jail or whatever, you know, doing the illegal way, I would suggest you guys to use Windows Movie Maker for starting off, or iMovie if you're on the Mac or, you know, another iOS. For audio, I would suggest you guys to use Audacity. There is something else that Adobe has for recording audio, but Audacity is free and it has really high quality. There's so much things that you can do with Audacity for it to be a free program. I'm actually using Audacity now, and I cannot say that there's any problems with me using Audacity, and it has, as you guys can probably hear now, I really produce really great audio quality coming from the Audacity and my microphone. Now the last thing I'm going to suggest you guys for software is Adobe Photoshop or GIMP. Adobe Photoshop actually costs a bit of money, so if you guys do want to use the cracked version, there's a bunch of ways that you guys can get it. But GIMP, although is free and it is high quality, I actually use both of those programs, and I can't really say I have any problems with it. It is a little bit hard to get used to once you just first start off into it, but if you watch a bunch of tutorials and just how-to videos on how to get better with both of those programs, I'm pretty sure you guys can come up with some really great pictures or photos for your YouTube channel. Okay, now getting into what it takes to be a YouTuber, the first and most important thing that I believe it takes to be a YouTuber is patience. Nothing really happens overnight. You know, you might get lucky from here and there to get something that happens really quick, but nothing really happens overnight. Your subscribers not going to come in overnight unless you get a really big shout out from a really big YouTuber. Your views not going to come in overnight. You know, you're just going to need to take a lot of patience. So I'm telling you guys this now before you get into YouTube and you like, oh yeah, this didn't happen this fast, so I'm just gonna quit. If you really want to be a YouTuber, it's gonna take so much time, and you're just gonna have to be determined. That's another thing I have on my list: determined, and just be patient with it. So the next thing I'm gonna be telling you guys is time. YouTube has took so much of my time, and I'm pretty sure almost any other YouTuber can tell you that it's took so much of their time too. YouTube I actually put more time into YouTube than I have put into anything else. Really quick, a little personal history if you guys do want to hear it. I used to get up for school at around 6 o'clock in the morning, got home around 3. From 3 o'clock to about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I used to sit in front of my computer all day. I didn't really, go do nothing else. I maybe went outside from here and there, and I ate in front of my computer. I, just did all my work in front of my computer from Monday to Friday, from Sunday to Saturday. Just sat in front of my computer all day, every day. And as you guys can see, I'm still not at that 1 million subscriber mark. So it's gonna be taking so much time out of your day and out of your life, pretty much. And it's gonna need so much patience that you guys are gonna have to have. Okay, so the third thing that I have for you guys is determination. You're gonna have to be determined. You're gonna have to go into YouTube like, I can do this. If you believe that you can do it, I told you guys this in my other video if you did happen to watch it, that Follow Your Dreams video. If you are determined, you can do it, guys. YouTube is not that complicated. I know it might seem complicated from time to time, and I know a bunch of people might make it seem complicated, but if you get used to it and you're determined about it, YouTube cannot be that, will not be that complicated. And if you're determined about it, it should, it can be a little hard from time to time, but if you're determined, it's that hardness, well, the difficulty can be dropped dramatically. Okay, the last thing and probably the most important thing is consistency. I cannot tell you guys how bad I did this, well, how bad I am with consistency. There's been a bunch of times that I just stopped uploading, period, and my subscribers and my views dropped dramatically compared to some people that uploaded each and every day, and their success on YouTube has gone way up. So one example is Pomage. I'm pretty sure he uploads every day. Last year his goal was to actually upload every day, and he did that, and he gained so many subscribers since then. I know it's not relevant, but anyways, upload every day and being really consistent with your uploads can take you so far in this YouTube thing. Now that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and if you're a YouTuber yourself and you actually have some things that I probably left out, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you're new around here, make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe. And it's been JuiceyPlayer, or you can just call me JP, and I am out.